Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick click here again at Avalanche, double checking a few key factors here. It's an interesting situation the way the AVAX is working itself out. It's double bottomed off of that 0.618 fib level, but has kind of fizzled out every time it's tried. So as long as we can break through this descending trend line, we should be in pretty good shape. We'll go ahead and discuss that and a few other key factors. To start though, I want to open with some good news. Bitunix, thank you very much for offering this to my community. Exclusive deposit bonus. You get instant rewards pretty much here with the deposits there. This works for anyone who used my link previously to register or who continues to use it now moving forward. So feel free to check that out. Really good rewards there. Link down below for details there if you're curious about that. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. So when it comes to backend data here for AVAX, I'm very curious about this because when we last looked at the liquidation, there was a pretty solid amount of liquidation above the price action. It still hasn't changed. The last 7 days here, you can see $37, very, very heavy. So there's some pretty heavy shorts going on here in the last 3 or 4 days, essentially expecting the price to continue lower. I get it though. It makes sense considering it's establishing lower highs, lower lows, that those shorts are warranted. I get it. However, the longer we stay in this range, the more likely the price is to break out. And if we kind of zoom in here, I'm going to go ahead and draw this trend line out. It's really getting close to breaking free. Okay? You could even argue that it is, depending on if you use candle wicks or candlesticks, which we'll go ahead and use the candle wicks just to be safe, to give us a very conservative outlook here. But generally speaking, AVAX is on the edge of greatness or just complete disaster. Sorry to laugh, but that's kind of the way that it goes with some coins. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of going a little too far, honestly. It's not complete disaster. I really don't think that the sky is going to fall if we lose $35. But there's a lot of invalidations that might occur here soon. We're going to see if that's the case. So to clarify, the daily time frame went from looking pretty decent at one point to looking pretty abysmal. We can look here. We can see we're below 3 out of the 4 moving averages. The 50-day SMA is the only thing holding the price action in place for the moment. We are under 50 in the RSI. Have been for a few days now. Stochastic is trying to swing up, and if I'm not mistaken, the MACD is diverging, which it is still. Okay, so we got a lot of reasons here as to why a long position right now is just not a good idea. Okay, now me personally, I don't like to try to short the bottom. This feels like the bottom could be in based on that 0.618 fib level. It's a very strong support level in most cases, but we can't argue the fact that we have the most amount of volume at $37. That's the resistance for now based on that point of control. Secondary to that, though, we got a pretty solid base between 33 and 35. So there's a nice solid support range there too. So I think we're just smack dab in the middle. If we can continue to be range bound for a short while longer, we can naturally be above the descending trend, perhaps even be establishing higher highs and higher lows by then. Between now and then, though, just seems kind of risky to take it long. There's no real confirming factors letting us know there's a shift in momentum. 4-hour time frame reflects the same thing. Still very poor behavior here. Sub 50 RSI, money flow index is looking low. Well, we got a MACD convergence here. I mean, look at the price action. That is not a convergence, folks. Price goes sideways. It's just a natural. It's just because of how low it's been going, and every time we come down to 0.618, it keeps candle wicking back up. These are not favorable signs at all. All moving averages are above the price action rather, minus the 200. That's our last saving grace. So really, if we cannot close above $36 in the relative near future, I think AVAX is going to continue to bleed out. It's just a super underperforming coin for the moment, and it's really sad because it had a lot of confirming factors when we took our long position. I think we're averaged out to be close to break even now, but on the same accord, it may be worth considering closing the trade just based on the fact that it's looking very weak. But hey, the crypto market does that, right? It gets you to buy into this consideration that it's never going to recover, and then instantly it turns around. So again, it really just depends on how you structure the trade yourself. Me personally, the way I set it up is that we average into our position. I think we're really close to break even at this point, and I don't really see it being a tremendously frustrating thing. We use low leverage and low position size initially anyway. So me personally, I like to set it and forget it in this regard. And that's kind of what's happening here. So the last thing we want to recognize is that the Ichimoku cloud, we're still below it. Lag and span is not free and clear. Really, it's kind of stuck within the price and conversion lines above the baseline. So with this low volume, there's 0 reasons to consider a trade right now. Majority of considerations to recognize that no long position is viable at this point as far as confirmation is concerned. And then last but not least, if you have a trade open, maybe consider closing it. We're close to break even. I would recommend maybe just walking away. It's okay to do that. All right, folks. So hopefully that made sense. I described that correctly. Last thing I want to reiterate and reaffirm, because I get the question a lot, Yes, I do have a Twitter, Telegram, Discord, and now a TikTok and YouTube Shorts. So go ahead and check these out, folks. It's actually a lot of fun, having a good time with that. People are enjoying that as well as daily updates. So tune into that if you'd like. Comment below, like the video if you haven't yet already. We'll see you in the next one. Have yourself a great rest day and a wonderful weekend. See you soon.